Time for another scuffed sketchbook tour. I'm gonna do two this time because these were both for my figure drawing class, which was last March, so this is pretty old. I'm gonna start with the big one because that one's a little bit more boring. It's a little bit more just my figure drawings, and the other one I'll go into, which is more experimental stuff and fun stuff, I guess. This might not be a lot to talk about. I'm probably gonna go through it pretty fast. I'll maybe stop for some drawings like this one. I really like this one. It sucked with our figure drawing class. We had to do it online for the most part because of COVID coming in. And so instead of learning to draw on the big paper and stuff, I moved to a smaller sketchbook because it was very hard for me to get used to drawing on a big paper when I was looking at such a small screen. But it was still a very beneficial class. I still feel like I learned a lot. My figure drawings are a little bit rusty now because I haven't done them in a little while, but I like these. I really like this one. But I think that this class was beneficial and it gave me a lot of foundation for how to do figure drawing. And hopefully I can maybe take it again if I have time. And I have space for it, because I think that it would be nice to be able to properly take it, full, figures and, in person rather than online, and, yeah, you get what I mean. Because there's just something about actually being there and having more of an ability to measure off of people. It's so much harder for me to measure when I'm, looking at a little tiny screen. I can't express how much harder it is. Oh yeah, and then this is that one was when we were doing one with clothes. This looks pretty nice. Babies are hard to draw. Oh yeah, this was from a video by, I can't remember his name. But we were supposed to practice clothes, so I watched the video that was recommended. If I can remember, I'll try and link it below, but if I forget, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, here's another one. We had to draw the pose once, and then we had to draw it with clothes. Then these are just some random figures. This one was interesting. We had to do one that had a lot of fabric, and a lot of wrinkling and stuff. It was pretty difficult, but I think it turned out okay. Oh yeah, this was when we were doing some foreshortened stuff. It's kind of nice to go back and look at this, because honestly my figure drawing is not this good now. So it's nice to see that I used to be able to do it when I was doing it on the regular. So maybe I should start doing it on the regular a little bit more now, because I have definitely gotten rusty. Oh, that looks nice. But honestly, with art classes, COVID has been kind of the worst. For some of them, things have gotten better. This semester I'm not taking any art classes because I have to get some generals and honors classes out of the way. But some of my art classes, when COVID first struck, which was like around this time, were really rough, like painting, because we had to start using acrylic paints rather than oil paints, and we had to just use like small pieces of paper, and so it was like just not the same. It was not the same experience that I would have gotten, because I really wanted to learn how to do oil paints. Oh, I love this. But I just didn't get to. But that's just how it goes. That's just how life goes. Honestly, it hasn't been too bad. It was kind of cool. Because then the next semester, some COVID stuff, like, there was more ability to, like, I don't know how to, like, manage it, and so we had some classes that were more, in person, but we were just social distanced. So, like, I took a ceramics class. It kind of sucked because I was not able to, like, talk to my friend during the class because we were in 2 different halves of the class. So our social distancing kind of sucked a little bit because the class was, like, split in half. Like, one half would be upstairs and social distance, and the other half would be downstairs and social distanced. But it was still a fun class. I loved that professor a lot. But yeah, now we're moving on to, like, the littler sketchbook. This one was our, like, class sketchbook that we were actually, like, supposed to do, like, before COVID had hit. He was originally going to have us do some, like, master studies and stuff in it, but then he changed his mind because he said that it was just easier for people to do it when they had, like, free reign over the sketchbook. Like, I think he, at the end of the class, like, towards the end of the class, he ended up completely dropping the sketchbook requirement totally, which I thought was a kind of a sad move because I think that sketchbooks are, like, a really important thing. Like, I understand that sometimes it can be hard to fill up a sketchbook within a certain period of time, but it's a small sketchbook, and, like, it was a pretty long period of time. So, I don't know. It was kind of sad to me. I like this page. But, hey, I finished it anyways, so it was okay. And then I just started one of my own when COVID hit. That was the one that I just showed you. That was my own sketchbook because otherwise we were supposed to just use the big paper that they'd given us. And I tried to do figures in this sketchbook too, like, because he told us we should try and do 10 figures a day in it. Oh yeah, this is my OC, Eleanor. I love her. She makes me happy. Ooh, I should use this pose. I didn't even realize that was in here. I love looking through old sketchbooks because you realize things. But, yeah, sorry I'm, like, not very great at talking. Sometimes that's just how it be. I do like to show off sketchbooks, though. Well, not show off, but you know what I mean. I like to show people my sketchbooks. I like people being able to see my process, even if they're not the prettiest sketchbooks. Because, you know, that's my friend's OC. It can be nice for people to see things that don't look the best and see, like, hey, I can do that. I can do that in a sketchbook. I like these Frenchy drawings. Frenchies are fun. Yeah, I don't know. And lately my sketchbooks have been getting worse and worse, to be honest. I've been struggling a lot. So, like, I've got a backlog of sketchbooks that I need to, like, film videos for. I can never get in the mood for it, and I always just feel, like, bad about it. Like, I just don't want people to hear me, like, talking, I guess. I hate that about me, but, yeah, I don't know. We're coming to the end of this sketchbook, I think. There's only a few pages left, but I don't know. I really enjoy sketchbooks. They're just a nice place to relax. This is a nice drawing. I didn't even realize I would do that. Yeah, me with the mask. Just some stuff. But, if you did watch through this video and you did, like, enjoy seeing my sketches and stuff, like, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope that they could give you some inspiration to draw. Yeah, and that's the end. Bye.